Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo and you've tuned into another live Q&A with you and me. I do one of these every weekday just for you, and in many cases I do more than just this just for you. You can tune in live and get tons of other bonuses from me. It's really easy to do. Just sign up at chrispirillo.com. $2 a month is all it takes. Support our Patreon campaign and we will love you forever. Of course, that's a monthly thing, and of course, what I do is kind of like a daily thing, if not an hourly thing. Ask me more questions because I love answering. Today's question is, how do you get review units? That is a fantastic question, and quite honestly, I get asked this very frequently enough, and I'm sure that even after recording this video, I'll still be asked and then have to point people to this video for the answer. So, what you gotta do is a lot of work, which I'm sure you really don't want to hear about. You gotta work. I gotta do a lot of stuff for free in order to get something in return, right? That's how it goes. So, for example, if I wanted to review, let's say, trading cards, right? You know, classic trading cards, old wax packs. What I would do is, instead of contacting the companies and saying, hey, you know, my name is Joe Dokes, and I want to start reviewing your cards. Could you send them to me now? In some cases, some people or companies would be starving for attention, and they may send you tons of stuff, and you might be able to get it that way. However, if I really wanted to get their attention, I want to show them what I can do. So I'd be more than willing to do a few reviews, like, you know, for free. Just, you know, pick up cards that I'd be interested in, like these wax packs, and say, oh, you know, this is the design, and the back is wax, and blah, 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 do the video and everything. Put it out there, put it in social, blog it, whatever you got to do. And then, maybe after 10 of them, what you could do is you could send the numbers, the stats, the impressions, the whatever, to impress the socks out of the company that you intend on getting stuff from. But you've got to show that you've got some amount of traction. So, for example, if you did a review on this classic wax pack of Return of the Jedi cards, 10 cards, 1 sticker, and bubblegum that I'm never going to chew, I'm never going to open this. If you sent them the links to 10 of the videos that you did about this stuff, to get those products possibly for free to be able to review, it's possible. But if they don't really see a lot of traction on what you have done, they may not send you anything, because they'd look and go, well, why should we send you free stuff? I mean, you really don't have any more traction than we do outright, so it doesn't make sense. So you've got to work. You've got to work on building your community. You got to work on building your engagement. You got to work on creating content. And you got to work, 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 and you got to work. And then when you're done working, you got to work some more, and you got to work smartly. So, for example, many of you have caught in my social feeds today that I'm going to be, and as I've been talking about in the vlogs, taking a look at a different car. Once a week, I get a different car, and hopefully this will be a revolving thing. This is my first car that I'm looking at. I vlogged my first impressions yesterday. It'll be a full-on video review. But they wanted me to share information in social, so I posted to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook the picture of the car that I'm driving today. And because they requested it. They had actually reached out to me a few years ago based on the fact that I'm local in the Seattle area. They help car companies connect with influencers like myself. But the only reason why I got that opportunity was because, A, the guy knew I was looking for a car. I mean, you probably know if you follow me in social at all that I've been looking for a car, looking for suggestions. I don't know which car I want to get. So I'm the perfect case for doing something like this. I'm not a car reviewer. So, see, that's the thing. I've put a lot of myself out there. I enjoy technology and products and how it enables things. I've done things in cars before, and that's a very compelling case. So the fact that I vlog in the car, they're like, you know, that's potentially 7 bits of exposure. You're in the car, you're driving, and we could fit you with various cars that you might want to try. It's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win situation. Because then people searching for a car review might find my video. Even though I'm not a car reviewer, and I'm going to say that in pretty much every car video that I do. I'm like, I'm not a car reviewer. I just drive. Here's my initial impressions. Here's what I thought. Here's what I liked. Here's what I didn't like. Who's this for? Who's this not for? Kind of like how I've done gadget reviews in the past. So getting review units is tremendously difficult. And I know you might think it's super, super simple. Even if you have amazing engagement, that's no guarantee that you're going to get what you want. You have to not just contact the company, you have to contact the right person at the company, and you have to time it just right. You also have to understand that for the most part, okay, and there are exceptions to this rule. For the most part, when a company sends you something to review, chances are they're going to want it back. They're not sending me the car to keep. What am I going to do with it? I got to return it in a week. Okay, well, I got to drive it for a week, save me some gas money, got a new experience, got some videos out of it. I'm happy. And then I get to try a new one, right? It's just this revolving line of cars. And of course, I'm looking for recommendations on which cars I might want to drive. I really want a teched out car, though. That's where I really like tech, is in the vehicle where I need tech that makes my life easier. It's not just about, technology for the sake of technology. It's technology that actually makes my life better. For example, the car I'm driving, the windshield wipers automatically kick in when it detects rain. And it hasn't rained here since I got the vehicle yesterday, but that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So understand that when you get a review unit, yeah, you may get a chance to try the cards that you were hoping for, but they might send it and say, well, here's our review unit policy. You got to send it back in a week. Sorry. Or you got to send it back when you're done with it. And that's standard, right? That's standard. You typically don't get to keep the things that they send you. Honestly, that's I'm just being flat out honest. So don't think this is just a gateway to free stuff. It isn't. You're going to have to work, and in many cases, what you get from it is the experience, and that's it. There are exceptions to the rule. So, for example, if I can, sorry, I'm like really bright this morning. I will find it. Give me a second. Aha, here we go. Perfect example. So I started following this guy named Fly Guy. Actually, I don't know his real name. I only know his handle online, Fly Guy. And he was into action figure stuff. And I'm like, I'd really, possibly like to start doing action figure things. And I shot the let's see here, Jedi Temple Guard figure review that I posted in the classic Chris Pirillo channel, the original YouTube channel. Sorry. Again, let me remind everybody, this is live on a Friday morning. With allergies kicking in. So I recorded a review. I said, okay, so I reviewed, from my perspective, the Jedi Temple Guard, talked about the details, did some up closes, gave my thoughts. I'm like, this is what's going on with this guy. I really like him, and I really genuinely did. He was one that I actually bought 2 of. So anyway, so I did that. I produced the video. I said, well, I'd like to do more. So what did they do? This is, again, courtesy of DorksideToys.com. I've got to give them credit because they sent along Plo Koon, Clone Commander Gree, the AT-AT driver, and a TIE pilot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing 4 separate videos. Now, this is the case where, not to be confused with case, this is a case where, I had to build that relationship with Fly Guy to be able to say, here, I'd like to do this. And in exchange for it, I got a figure that I absolutely love, that I'll be doing a video on, that'll be appearing in future videos that I've already talked about in various videos. But the only reason I got that stuff, the only reason I got this stuff is because of all the work that I constantly do. All the content that I'm constantly producing, the show and tell videos, the CPU videos, the vlogs, the live videos like the Q&A here, the TLDRs, the Periscopes, the Instagrams. You've got to work. You can't just sit there and expect the world is going to beat a path to your door. And even after you've done amazing things, that's no guarantee that you're going to get what it is that you want for a review unit. And even when you do get that review unit, they may want it back. Now, I'm going to beg and plead DorksideToys.com so that I can keep these figures. It remains to be seen. They may want them back. I don't know. I didn't ask. Thank you for asking the question. I know, as I said before, someone inevitably is going to ask this question at some point in the future because it's a very, very, very common question, which is why I took the time to answer it today. Now that I've got some living examples, hopefully that gives you some amount of guidance. Get to work. Do what you want to do, and the review units may follow. You've got your caveats. You've got your mission plan. Thank you for asking the question. Keep asking questions. I love you. I appreciate you, whether or not you're supporting us by way of the Patreon campaign starting at $2 a month. At this point, however, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.